Matter of life and death. Today, fire engines, ambulances, and law enforcement lined bridges over Interstate 40 as a fallen police sergeant who was shot and killed while trying to stop a crime was escorted back home. The body of Sergeant Philip Nix was taken from the medical examiner's office in Raleigh, again back to his hometown of Greensboro. Flags across the state have been lowered to have staff honoring Sergeant Nix's life. Nix was off duty trying to stop a gas station robbery. Two 18-year-olds and a 28-year-old now face charges. Court documents reveal 18-year-old Jameer Foster, the man here on the left, fired the gun that killed Sergeant Nix. Today, all three faced a judge where a large gathering of law enforcement filled that courtroom. Reporter Joshua Davis has more tonight on what led up to the shooting and the consequences the accused gunman could now face.
Mr. Foster, first thing let me say, do not make any statement. Anything you say can be used against you.
Jameer Foster, Zakuria Blackwell, and John Morrison each appeared over video, facing not only the judge, but also Police Chief Thompson, Mayor Nancy Vaughn, dozens of officers, and the widow of Sergeant Philip Dale Nix. Jameer Foster appeared first and is facing the heaviest possible sentence.
You're also charged with first-degree murder that carries the maximum sentence of the death penalty or life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Prompting a reaction from him, Judge Tabitha Holliday quickly put down.
This is just a horrible, horrible thing. So don't say anything else. Please don't say anything else. At this point, you're presumed innocent. That's the way our justice system works, and that's where we stand today.
Meanwhile, Blackwell and Morrison each could face more than 19 years in prison. In court today, we also heard new details on what led up to the shooting. According to the district attorney, Sergeant Nix frequented the sheets on Sandy Ridge Road in Colfax. On that day, the DA says Sergeant Nix was sitting outside at a table off duty when he noticed a car parked in a handicapped spot. It's unclear if he was in uniform, but the DA says he had his badge and a gun with him. The DA said Morrison and Foster each stole 5 cases of beer and went out to the car. And that's when investigators say Nix approached the driver's side of the car.
At that point, it's believed this individual pulled a handgun, fired at least 5 shots, striking Officer Nix.
In a moment of sympathy, Judge Holliday directly addressed the loss of Sergeant Nix to his widow and Greensboro Police.
Tragedy doesn't even describe the senseless acts of violence that we see here today, and I'm very sorry for you and your family. My sincere condolences to your family and to the entire Greensboro Police Department family.
Now, as you heard here, Jameer Foster could face the death penalty if found guilty for killing Sergeant Nix. But the odds of that sentence, let alone it being carried out, seems pretty small. Judging by history, North Carolina holds uneven ground on the stance of capital punishment. Death penalty, it's legal here, but no one has been executed in the state since 2006. A total of 137 people are on North Carolina's death row. 19 of them have been added since just 2006. 2 of those condemned are women. In that time, 20 of those waiting for their execution have died of natural causes. Another 38 have been exonerated or had their death sentences commuted down to life behind bars. The state spends more than $42,000 per year to house each inmate in maximum security. Death penalty cases also cost 3 to 5 times what other murder trials cost. Taxpayers help cover hundreds of millions spent on settlements for wrongful convictions. National polls show a slight majority still favor the death penalty in the country. However, for the first time, a 2019 public policy poll found most in North Carolina favor life in prison without parole for the most heinous of crimes. Coming up next here on Your Side.